You don't set the frame early, she will. And once that happens, you're fighting uphill forever. Most men lose women not because they weren't good enough, but because they never led. They reacted, they pleased, they bent, and she felt it all. If you want to understand women, you need to understand respect, not love first. Respect. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel exists to help you build yourself, to understand the game, and to stop losing by default. Subscribe. Let's get into it. Here's what most men don't realize. A woman doesn't want a man she can control. She wants a man she can't. That's not cruelty, that's nature. She tests you early, not because she's malicious, but because she needs to know. Can you hold your ground? Can you lead yourself? Can you stay centered when she pulls? If you fail those tests, she doesn't respect you. And without respect, attraction dies. So let's talk about the 5 boundaries, the ones you set early or you pay for it later. Boundary 1, your time is not negotiable. She doesn't get all of it just because she wants it. You have a mission, you have goals, you have a life you're building, and that doesn't stop because a woman enters it. Most men make this mistake. They meet a girl, things go well, and suddenly everything else disappears. The gym stops, the friends vanish, the projects get delayed, his entire schedule revolves around her availability, and she notices at first she likes the attention. It feels good. But deep down, something shifts. She starts to wonder, does he have nothing else going on? Is this all he is? And that thought, it kills attraction. You don't ignore her, you don't go cold, but you also don't drop your life. You say no sometimes, you have plans, you have things that matter, and you protect those things not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Because a man without boundaries is a man without value, and she'll sense that every single time. Think about it this way. When you first met her, you had a life. You had routines, you had purpose, you had direction. That's what attracted her. Not the idea of you, but the reality of you. A man in motion, a man building something, a man who didn't need her. But the moment you drop everything, the moment she becomes the center, that attraction starts to fade because now you need her. And need is not attractive. It's suffocating. She doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to join your purpose. There's a difference, and that difference is everything. So you keep lifting, you keep building your business, you keep seeing your friends, you keep pursuing your goals, not to play games, not to make her jealous, but because that's who you are. And if she can't respect that, if she demands all your time, if she guilt trips you for having a life outside of her, that's a red flag. And you address it or you walk away because your time is the most valuable thing you have and you don't negotiate it for anyone. Boundary 2, you will not tolerate disrespect, not even once. This is where most men fail. She says something cutting, something dismissive, something that crosses the line, and he laughs it off. He makes an excuse. He lets it slide because he doesn't want conflict. He doesn't want to seem controlling. He doesn't want to lose her. But here's the truth. The moment you allow disrespect, you teach her it's acceptable and it will happen again. Disrespect is a test. She's checking, will he let this go? Will he stand up or will he shrink? And if you shrink, she loses respect. And once that's gone, you can't get it back. So what do? You address it calmly, directly, no anger, no drama. You say what's not okay. You say it once and you mean it. If she doubles down, you walk. Not because you're petty, but because you have standards. And standards are not suggestions. They're the foundation of everything. Let me be specific here. Disrespect comes in many forms. Sometimes it's obvious, name-calling, public humiliation, mocking you in front of others. That's easy to spot, but sometimes it's subtle. She dismisses your opinions. She rolls her eyes when you speak. She makes you feel small with her tone, with her words, with her body language. And that's just as dangerous, maybe more, because subtle disrespect, it creeps in slowly. You don't notice it at first, but over time it erodes you. It chips away at your confidence, your self-worth, your sense of self, and before you know it, you're walking on eggshells in your own relationship. That's not love, that's control, and you don't accept it. Not from her, not from anyone. Here's what you need to understand. A woman who respects you, She doesn't speak to you that way. She doesn't tear you down. She doesn't make you feel less than. Even in disagreement, even in conflict, she maintains respect because respect is the foundation of everything real. And if she can't give you that, she doesn't deserve your time, your energy, your presence. Walk away with your head high. Boundary 3, your purpose comes first, not her, not the relationship, your mission. This one hits hard because we're taught to prioritize relationships. We're taught that love is everything, that a good woman makes you whole. But that's a lie. A woman doesn't complete you. She complements you. And she can only do that if you're already complete, if you're already building, if you're already moving. Most men put the woman at the center, and everything else orbits her. But that's backwards. Your purpose is the center, your growth, your mission, your vision for your life. She fits into that or she doesn't. And if she can't respect that, she's not the one. Because the right woman, she doesn't want to be your everything. She wants to be with a man who has everything going on, a man who's building something, a man who doesn't need her, but chooses her. That's the difference. Need is weak. Choice is powerful, and women feel that. They always do. Listen carefully. Your purpose is what gives you energy. It's what makes you come alive. It's the thing you do. Even if no one was watching, even if no one cared, even if you never got paid, that's your purpose. And it's sacred. It's not negotiable. It's not something you pause because you're in a relationship. It's something you protect at all costs because without it, you're empty. You might have her, but you've lost yourself. And that's a trade you'll regret forever. I've seen it happen countless times. A man meets a woman, falls in love, and slowly his dreams get smaller, his goals get quieter, his fire dims because she didn't support it or because he chose her comfort over his calling. And years later, he wakes up filled with regret, wondering what could have been if he just stayed the course. Don't be that man. Don't sacrifice your mission for temporary peace, for her approval, for a relationship that might not even last. Because here's the reality. If you give up your purpose for her, she'll resent you for it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. Because deep down, she wanted the man who was chasing something bigger, not the man who gave it all up for her boundary 4. You do not negotiate your self-respect. For her approval, this is subtle, but it's deadly. It shows up in small ways. You change your opinions to match hers. You hide parts of yourself because you think she won't like them. You shrink your personality to make her comfortable. And every time you do that, you lose a piece of yourself. And she feels it. She might not say it, but she feels it because attraction is not logical. It's instinctual. And her instincts are reading you. Every moment she's asking, is this man solid? Is this man real? Or is he performing? And if you're performing, she knows. You don't have to agree with her on everything. You don't have to like what she likes. You don't have to be someone else to earn her love. Because if that's what it takes, it's not real love. It's approval seeking. And approval seeking is repulsive. So stand in your truth. Say what you think. Be who you are unapologetically. And if she doesn't like it, let her walk. Because the woman who's meant for you, she doesn't want a copy. She wants the original. Think about the last time you changed yourself for someone. How did it feel? It felt hollow. It felt fake. It felt like betrayal of yourself. And that feeling, it never goes away. It sits in your chest, reminding you that you chose her opinion over your own integrity. That's a wound that doesn't heal easily. So stop doing it. Stop editing yourself. Stop filtering your words. Stop hiding your edges because your edges are what make you interesting. Your rough parts, your strong opinions, your unshakable beliefs. That's what makes you a man. Not a people pleaser, not a chameleon. A man and the right woman. She doesn't want you smooth. She wants you real. Boundary 5, you will not apologize for being a man. This is the big one, the one nobody talks about because we live in a world that tells men to soften, to apologize for their nature, to suppress their drive, their aggression, their edge. But that's exactly what kills attraction. Women don't want soft men. They want integrated men, men who are strong but not cruel, men who are ambitious but not selfish, men who are grounded but not passive. And you can't be that man if you're constantly apologizing for wanting more, for being competitive, for having standards, for taking up space, for leading. You're not toxic for wanting to lead. You're not controlling for having boundaries. You're not selfish for protecting your time. You're a man and the right woman. She doesn't want you to shrink. She wants you to rise. She wants to feel your presence, your certainty, your direction. And if that intimidates her, she's not ready for you. Masculinity is not the problem. Undeveloped masculinity is masculinity without discipline, without integrity, without honor. That's dangerous. But masculinity with purpose, with strength, with direction, that's what builds everything. That's what protects. That's what provides. That's what leads. And the world needs that. She needs that. Even if she says otherwise, even if culture says otherwise, her biology knows, her instincts know. She's drawn to strength, to certainty, to leadership. And you can't give her that if you're apologizing for it. So stop apologizing, stop shrinking, stop playing small. Be the man you were designed to be, fully, completely, unapologetically. Now, let's go deeper, because boundaries aren't just rules. They're a reflection of how you see yourself. If you don't value your time, she won't either. If you don't respect yourself, she can't respect you. If you don't believe you're worth it, she'll believe that too. Boundaries are self-perception made visible. They tell the world, and they tell her, this is who I am. This is what I allow. This is where the line is. And when you set those boundaries early, you're not being controlling. You're being clear. You're saving both of you time. Because if she can't respect your boundaries, she's not compatible. And that's okay. Not every woman is for you, and you're not for every woman. But the one who is, she'll respect your boundaries. She'll appreciate them because deep down she wants a man who has them. She wants to know that you won't fold, that you won't break, that you won't become weak just to keep her around. That's the test. Every boundary you set is a test you pass for yourself, not for her, for you. Because you're the one who has to live with your choices. You're the one who has to look in the mirror. And if you've compromised, if you've bent, if you've given up who you are for who she wanted, you'll feel it and it'll destroy you from the inside. So here's the truth. Setting boundaries early isn't about controlling her, it's about protecting yourself. It's about making sure that the relationship is built on respect, not neediness, on choice, not desperation, on truth, not performance. And when you do that, everything changes. She doesn't walk all over you because she can't. You won't let her. Not because you're rigid, but because you're solid, and solid men don't get walked on. They get respected, they get valued, they get chosen by women who are ready for something real. Now, let me be clear, boundaries will cost you. Some women will leave, some will test harder, some will call you controlling or difficult or too much. And that's fine. Let them go, because the alternative is losing yourself. And no woman, no matter how beautiful, no matter how perfect she seems, is worth that. You are the priority, your growth, your mission, your peace. And any woman who doesn't enhance that doesn't belong in your life. That's not coldness, that's clarity. And clarity is the most attractive thing you can have. So stop waiting for permission to be yourself. Stop bending to keep someone comfortable. Stop sacrificing what you know is right for temporary approval. Set the boundaries. Hold the line and watch what happens. The weak women leave, the strong ones stay, and respect you more for not being easy to control. That's the shift from boyhood to manhood, from reaction to leadership, from hoping she stays to knowing you'll be fine either way. And when you reach that place, you don't need to chase. You don't need to convince. You just exist. In your power and the right woman, she'll feel that and she'll choose you. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real. And real is rare. So be rare, set your boundaries early, hold your frame, protect your peace, and never apologize for being the man you were meant to be. If this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel right now, because we're building men here, not boys. And you're either growing or you're dying. Choose growth every S.